Hello. This is Idea Kid, and today I'm going to be doing something because I had an idea. Uh, the idea was that I wanted to make last names into first names. Now, this was something that I did when I was younger, and I was like, you know what? What if what if I just take last names that currently are not first names and try to make them first names? And so I'm going to challenge myself by making 67 of them. So a total of 67 unique names. Don't worry, I've got Google with me to help me out as to find last names that exist that um, aren't first names. But the rules of this game are simple. Uh, First off, the last name paired with this first name cannot be a valid first name. So, for instance, like Martinez is not a first name, and Billings is not a first name. So, Martinez Billings, that's a name that can be made. Whereas Martinez Jackson is a first name, but Martinez isn't. And the reason why is because it makes as much sense as it is. The reason it makes a lot of sense, like that sounds like it could be a name, is because if you were to take like Jackson Martinez, well, obviously that's gonna be a name because that's Jackson's a first name. Uh, so it has to be a last name that's not a first name. It could also be made up, meaning it doesn't have to exist. Like I know there are last names that currently exist, but I can just make one up using my head, uh, and any name anywhere in the world can be used. So it doesn't have to be from the United States. It could be from like Mexico or Iran or Japan or anywhere in the world. So it doesn't have to be from the United States. Um, and I cannot reuse names. So I can't just reuse Billings to be a last name all the time. That would just be cheating. And I know that there are last names like Adams, for example, or Jacksons in this case, where there is a first name but with one extra letter. I'm going to try and avoid that as much as possible because I want to make this experiment seem like, oh, even though they're last names that don't sound like first names at all, I want to make them sound like they are. And obviously cheating is like putting an extra letter with a given name because that would just make it too easy. I don't want this to be super easy. So now the rules are set. Um, we have to do 67 names. And so let's start. There are some names that I know aren't last names. Um, Actually, names that I know aren't first names that are currently last names. And I'll just start off uh, by using Eno because that's a last name. Eno Triple Day. This is a name I came up with back in the day. How about what else? I think let's do. Let's see. Let's look at the surnames. I cast. Let's do that. I cast Cahill. So that's That's another example of a last of two last names I know aren't first name. How about Nihil? I know that's the last name. Nihil. Um, let's go to D. Um, yeah, Nihil Danford. Yeah, Nye Danford. And I guess a nickname could be like Nye, Nye Danford. How about let's see. I know Debo is a first name, so how about what else is a last name? I'm gonna say this is very silly. But you know what? This is an idea I had. A cast KL. How about yeah, Dewey. Dewey Pork Porksmith. So there we go. Yeah. Oh yeah, Donahue. Donahue. Let's just do Donahue Medley. Uh, you could be Dawn. Um, Donahue. How about? Oh yeah, Billard. That's a last name. Billard Gaskill. Yeah, Billard Gaskill. Let's see. Oh, I know this one. McElman Woods. Woods is a common last name. I figured why not? Glass. How about? Oh yeah, Godwin. Godwin. Phil. Yeah, Godwin Philiberg. There we go. Um, what else? Let's go to L. Oh wait a minute, Orlando. Because you could have a nickname be Lando. Orlando um Orlando Uh, what about yeah, Orlando Lywood. There we go. Yeah. Stra- Stra- Actually, let's go to N. I feel like oh yeah, Newell. Newell. Uh, actually, let's use that as a last name. Yeah, Neller. Neller Newell. Neller Newell. That sounds like a name that could be a name. How about let's go to R. Let's see. I know Raven's a name. Raymond is a name. Rayman. Reeves. But yeah, let's do Reeves. Reeves. Mick. Let's do. Yeah. Yeah, Reeves McPartland. Um, Ruby's a first name, believe it or not. Oh yeah, Rowling. Rowling. Rowling Dorsey. Yeah. Nickname could be Rowell, for example. Rose is a first name. Oh yeah, Tatro. Tatro. That because that's a last name. Let's look at the K. Yeah, Tetro Kelmund. No. Um, let's see, what other names? Uh, let's look at the other last names list. Um, yeah, let's have Marble Maw, and then we'll use one of the current last names. Let's do O. Oh, let's see. Austin. Let's see, O'Leary. Actually, let's do Ferreira. Ferreira. Ferreira Marblemah. You know what? Actually, I don't think O'Bray is a first name. Let's do O'Bray. And we're gonna have what's our last name gonna be for that name? Yeah, sure. Let's just do Smith. O'Bray Smith. About No, I don't need ads. Actually, yeah, Brown. Let's do let's have Brown as the last name. And the first name could be uh thing is I feel like Terrell is Terrell. Yes, Terrell is a first name. I knew it. That sounds exactly like a first name. Yeah, actually, Thatcher Brown. Thatcher. Yeah, Thatcher Brown. Yeah, let's have. Actually, instead of Thatcher, we'll do Thyring Brown. Because that's apparently a last name. Thyring Brown. Thigh could be a nickname. Um, see, I highly doubt that. Let's see. Harrow. I know Paris is a first name. Uh, yeah, why not just do Parsons as the first name? Parsons Borseth. Um, yeah, this could go on for a while. Hopefully, let's see. Is Pike a first name? I know it's a last name. Yeah, let's do Pike. Pike, and then I'll just see. Pike Kiddo. Oh yeah, Kenyon. I feel like that isn't a first name. Kenyon. And then let's make. Oh yeah, Kenyon Weldon. Kin Weldon. Mick. Let's do Mallet. Mally. Mallet Broganson. Yeah, that'll pass. Mallet. Yeah, let's start using my head to make some of these last names pairing, because obviously there's it could there we go. Clooney. Nickname could be Clue. Clue McGinnis. Yeah. Let's see. Um, yeah, Metcalf. How about let's look at the V, because I feel like that would be quite. Yeah, Ventus Metcalf. Let's see. Winnell. Winnell. Um, Escobar. There we go. Winnell Escobar. Oh yeah, Edsaw. Edsaw. Yeah, Edsaw Fortson. Um, how about Etherton Goodwin? Yeah, Etherton Goodwin. How about let's look at the C. Cade is a first name. How about Chandler is a first name? Sham. Yeah, Shamley. Shamley Witherspoon. What else? Oh, God. Court. Um, let's see. Oh yeah, Crawford. Um, Sullivan Crawford. There we go. Let's see. God. Go. Yeah, Gome. Gome. All in. Yeah, Gome Hickory. There we go. And let's do Holloway. Nickname is Hollow. Yeah, Holloway Jupiter. Hollow Jupiter. Uh, yeah, let's just do Jupiter. Hopefully that's not a first name. I don't think that is. Actually, why haven't I been doing this? $63, $64, $65, $66. All right, so we don't have that many, surprisingly. Um, let's go to the eyes. I don't think we've reached the eyes yet. Yeah, in stone. Let's do in stone, and then first in stone border spin. In stone. Iron is a last name. I guess we'll have it be a first name. Iron. Daresfully. Iron Daresfully. Dares. Deers. Deer. Iron Deerfly. Deer. About you. I don't think I've seen the U. Ups. Uren. Ups. How about yeah, Kerrigan and Upsall. And up. Go. Um, what else?
Hyundai Palisade versus Toyota
No, I
Highlander.
don't want.
Look what Palisade has, and what Highlander.
No, I don't want that. I don't want ads. This is. I want actual. Um, oh yeah, McGrath is not. How about Ortiz McGrath? Let's do Harku. I Harku. Yeah, Harku Zesli. Zenith. How about yeah? Let's do Yang Thibodeau. Um, yeah, Gentry Oscaro. Gentry. Um, what else? We just have 30 left. Come on. How about yeah, Vanilla. Vanilla. Yeah, Vanilla Inner Store. Um, yeah, nickname could be Bonnie. Oh yeah, Ferdinand. Ferd could be a nickname. Ferdinand. Yeah. So Ferdinand. Let's do Fametta. And let's do. Actually, let's go to A. Ferdinand Ackery. Um, Annul. Annul. Actually, let's do Larkin, because unless that's a first name. So is Larkin a first name? It is. What? No wonder it autocorrect. Yeah, Annul Zano for beta. Let's just do for meta Cronin, because I know that's a last name. Or Fometa. Yeah. How about Trinidad? Trini could be a nickname. Trinidad. Pascal. Pascal. Oh wait, we already did Gaskell. How about Trinidad Pascal? Or actually, no. Trinidad Vascal. There we go. Actually, how about let's see the most common surnames. I guess we'll just use these. Yeah, let's use White for our last name. And then Yeah, Estride. Estride White. That sounds like a sick name. Let's look at the Y section, I don't think. I guess I'll just do Yardy. And then I guess another name. Quinto. Unless that's a... Or Quentin name. Is Quentin a first name? How about Quinto? Are you kidding? Quinto is a first name. That... No, Quinty. Yardy and Quinty. Yeah. Quinty Zealand. Yardy. Yardy Escara. How about... How about Quest Azar? Oh wait, we don't... Vich. Zywiki. Yeah, Zywiki. Vich. Yeah, Vicary. That's a good name. Vicary. I don't think that's a first name. Vicary. Um, Eastabrook. Yeah, how about Egerton Faraday? Nickname could be Egg. Egg Faraday. Egger. I guess Entwistle works. So it'd be the last name, and then the first name is going to be um yeah, Bernie Entwistle. Burn could be a nickname. Burn and Twistle. I don't know. How about Foxel Friedman? Foxel. Foxy. Fox. Actually, instead of Friedman, Freeguard. Foxel Freeguard. Get rid of that. Come on, we just have 17 names left. How about Barnham Ham Barnham not Beach, because that'd be way too easy. Barnham Board Ale. Yeah, Barnham Board Ale. Nickname is Barn. Barn Board Ale. Four. How about Ford Bowls? I mean, that sounds more like a company name, but I feel like it. I'll go with it. Actually, Brimmer. Brim. And then let's look at the J. Brimmer Genoway. I don't think that's a first name. Jelly. Huh. Jelly. Oliver. Or Jelly Pagrave. Wait, Pac-Man is a last name? Let's make that a first name. Pac-Man. Yeah, Pac could be the nickname. Pac-Man Putman. Man. About um what's like a W? We haven't I don't think we've seen W. Which which let's see, Woodrow's a first name. Ray. Wookie? Let's do Wookie as Wookie. Wookie. Bill. Bills. Yeah, Wookie Bill Scoop. Bills. So we got 10 names to make. Sent. Sent. Actually, let's go back to B because that had a ton of them. Roderick is a first name, though. That's the thing. Bristow. I already did Briggs. Buckle D. Um, or By the Wood. By the Wood. Let's do. Yeah, McCarthy by the wood. By the What else? Let's just do Middleborough as the last name. And then the first name could be. We already did. We already looked through. Let's look through N. Let's see. Naylor Middleborough. Actually, let's use Ninian as a first name. Ninian. Ninian. Yeah, Ninian Noakes. We just have 7 left. Let's see. Oh, the X is completely useless. Actually, let's just do Gonzalez Young. As Young. Um, and let's just do Sanchez. Sanchez. Um, Sanchez Rivera. Yeah, Flores Sanders. Flores. Rambo. How about Holmes? Holmes Mortimer. All right, 4 left. Yeah, Snyder. Or Snyder Mintram. Yeah, let's do Muscle Muscle Wheeler. And then two more. Um Medina. Did we do Fleming? Yeah, Pearson Fleming. Yeah, Vargas Bayard. Bayard. So there we go. We got 67 last names into first names, and I'll just read them all off. Eno Tripleday, Akaz Cahill, Nihil Danford, Dewey Porksmith, Donahue Medley, Billard Gaskell, McElman Woods, Godlin Philiberg, Orlando Lywood, Neller Newell, Reeves McPartland, Rolling Dorsey, Tatro Kelmond, Ferreira Marblema, Orbe Smith, Thyring Brown, Parsons Borseth, Pike Kiddo, Kenyon Weldon, Mallet Borgenson, or Brogenson, Clooney McGinnis, Ventus Metcalf, Winnow Escobar, Edsaw Fortson, Etherton Godwin, or Goodwin, not Godwin, Shamley Witherspoon, Sullivan Crawford, Gome Hickory, Holloway Jupiter, Instone Bordersfin, Iron Deerfly, Kerrigan Upstall, Ortiz McGrath, Harku Zenthly, Yang Thibodeau, Gentry Mosgrove, Vanilla Innerstore, Ferdinand Acri, Fometa Cronin, Enel Zanio, Trinidad Vasquel, Estrad White, Yardi Ascara, Quinty Zealand, Quest Azar, Veitch Zywicki, Vickery Estabrook, Egerton Faraday, Bernie Entwistle, Foxhill Friedgard, um, Barnham Bordale, Ford Bowles, Brimmer Genoway, Jelly Pagrave, Pac-Man Putman, Wookie Bill Scoop, McCarthy By the Wood, Naylor Middlebrow, Ninian Noakes, Gonzalez Young, Sanchez Rivera, Flores Sanders, Holmes Morty Moore, Snyder Mintram, Muscle Wheeler, Parson Fleming, and Vargas Bayard. So that's the video. So glad I finished that entire thing.